Facebook is on and running well.
Nice, okay. But yeah, we'll get that up and running. But Jade, I have
so you told Miss Nice Lashes? Damn.
Oh. We can make sure we give I'll give a shout out.
You went to the wrong thing.
Oh.
You got two sides to go live, you went to the wrong one.
Oh, I thought you went to the other site, with other...
Hey.
You went to the link, you just went to the
Wow. I'm a little excited there.
Yeah, I thought it was the other site.
Hey.
Oh, it's okay.
The other day. But guys...
Is that a secret? If you're not telling the viewers about our other...
no, not here, Jade. This is wrong
Our
platform.
only tea? I mean, only...
Hey.
Only chat? Only chat.
Link us up on the Patreon for that. But yeah, guys, I have a long day today for sure.
How unfortunate.
Yeah, but I'm quite excited about it. I'm going to Nevis for the Nevis Olympics, as it's colloquially called.
That's today?
Yep.
Oh, Nevis going to look nasty with people. You might think a little bit.
So,
Wow.
You know, there's a part of Nevis that actually is no more. You know that, right?
No.
It's interesting to me how nobody knows this.
No.
We got your whole school where we do social studies, geography.
And they tell us piece of Nevis missing?
Piece of Nevis underwater. I think there was an earthquake, and then there was houses and so if you go scuba dive over there, you see remains of houses and so. Yeah, I think it's very close to the harbour, very close to Charlestown.
That is interesting. I never knew that.
Nevis got a little smaller.
Wow.
I can't remember the name of the little area that is no more.
It was already small and now we got small after an earthquake. Wow. So fragile things are?
That's the point I was about to make. These things are so fragile. We don't know. We just here begging a bunk here.
Every day.
We just on the planet begging a bunk, man. The planet could just show us up and spit us out if
I tell you, we just on this floating walk, you know? Just in the middle of a galaxy.
Right.
Because, suppose one of these days the Earth just drop. Where you going to go? Where would it drop to go?
Well, the universe is supposed to be infinite, right?
So we're going to be... So, you think we're going to feel it? We're going to be...
If the Earth starts dropping, I suspect we'd probably start floating.
Huh. But we're good, because remember we're in the dome thing that the people don't talk about.
At that point, we're going to start hoping that it's correct.
Why?
Yeah.
We're going to look like some snow globes.
I suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, bye. But Jade, just for the listeners and the viewers out there.
Yeah, nobody today.
Oh. Well, it had some people that I was considering bigging up. You know, there's normally big up people based on, when I see somebody yesterday do something good, or I see somebody in the morning do something good, that's usually who I just big up. So yesterday I was hanging out at a particular spot, and a guy comes in and he goes, what a bird doing out there? So I thought he was being disrespectful and referring to a young lady as a bird. I mean, we love birds, but...
I'm sure y'all do.
But apparently he was referring to an actual bird.
Yeah, those things exist though.
So I go outside, not to see the bird, but I was leaving to go buy something to eat and come back. And so I left. The bird was there at the top of the step. I stand up next to the bird just there. The bird watching me.
Watch you? You watch the bird?
I watch the bird. The bird watch me. I watch the bird. I walk down to the bottom of the steps. I turn around. The bird just there still.
Yeah, because you want to know what you're doing. Sorry, my glasses are lashing on me.
The lashes blushing on you.
Blushing on the glasses. This is for really purposes only at this point.
So then I go to the place, order food, get the food, get back. The bird's still here.
Chilling. No, where you going to go?
Yeah. So the shout out today is not to birds, but
that's sad. That's. I was supposed to say Fred.
I don't know if the birds been watching.
I just supposed to say I don't think we've captured that audience yet.
Yeah, I don't think the birds been watching yet.
Yet.
Unless we're talking about the birds.
There's still time.
Yeah, indeed. But no, shout out to people that recognize omens. Shout out to people that are aware enough to recognize that there are signs.
Oh, like me?
You just see signs? Can you interpret your signs though?
Only when it's in numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it is numbers or when it's certain numbers?
Yeah. When it's certain numbers.
How many numbers do you know the meaning of?
At the top of my head?
Like 3?
Probably.
What's 1111? Because that's the one everybody does get hype about.
That's to show that you're on the right path.
Okay. What's 222? That's the other one people tend to know.
Where's 222? Let me Google it. I don't remember.
I trying to figure out which ones you know. Which ones you know?
I know my what do you call it? The one that represents my date of birth and
You mean like your birthday?
No, not the birthday.
So there's numbers other than your birthday that represents your
No.
death birth?
What my birthday mean? What my birthday? Yeah. What I call them again? Which numbers they call? I looked them up the other day.
Angel numbers?
Yes.
But I think angel numbers is the term for all of them, right?
No, you're right. Angel numbers is what all of them is. What was mine? Ian, bye.
I know. I always see 1, 2, 3, 4. I always see 12, 34. Always, like it's ridiculous.
So 222 means good things are on the horizons. 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4 is supposed to mean something to do with change. I think, like expect change, something like that.
Anything changed for you since you see them?
Jade, my problem is I've been seeing this thing since I was small. So.
Are your life constantly changing? So it works.
But had I not seen the numbers, it would have been the same.
No, it says you should stick to your goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Viti says she always sees 777. What that one mean?
I can tell you now. What she said, 777?
I think 777. 777. Oh, 777s. Wow. Okay.
Angel numbers.
Well,
There's so many.
That's why I don't put too much stock in it. Like, I just feel like you could just, like, yeah.
Huh.
What 77 means?
Positive new beginnings.
But if you keep saying 77, I mean, is that a lot of positive new beginnings?
I think if you've seen it, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's I don't quite get it.
I don't know. The only one I really don't see a lot is 1111.
Okay.
So every time I watch something, you have to be 1111. I'm like, yes, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
All right. No, see, my thing is, if you believe it and you speak it, you could manifest it. I believe there's power in words.
There definitely is.
I believe sound carries immense potential and energy. So
that's why you have to speak positivity into your life, even when you're not feeling very positive. And
yesterday I had this conversation with somebody as well about how if you're on the phone with somebody and they're talking about what they're doing, for instance. But yeah, man, I just hear I'm a porch overlooking the sea, like just sipping on some wine and thing. They can put you in a certain mood, but then you call somebody and say, hey, what going on? My struggle is real. Me ain't even know how I'm gonna make it. I just see trying to figure out how we're forward, man. Like,
aren't we all?
Yeah, but it's like, why be a Debbie Downer, man?
Because some people like to they like to trauma dump on you. They like to, there's people that are literally just negative all day, no matter what happening,
yeah.
No matter what going on for them. It's always something. It is always something with them.
There's people that wallow in their misery.
And
right?
I feel like that's why the misery does follow them.
And even if there's no misery, they create it.
Yes, I know people that literally out of thin air, just miserable.
But I think for me, I think that's getting worse and worse because there is now so much power in victimhood. So you get so much. Everybody now seems to embrace being a victim. So everybody is either traumatized. Everybody is either dealing with some emotional baggage or emotional hurt, and like. It's almost popular. It's almost popular for people to be a victim, and then because you gain from it. So by displaying that, you gain sympathy, you gain attention a lot of times. So people weaponize the victimhood.
You don't think a lot of people traumatized?
Yeah, but that's not. I'm talking about people who weaponize it.
If it works for them, it works for them.
That's the problem. It's not working.
Well, then they're gonna stop in it.
No. How much people keep doing things that don't work? Like,
That's insanity, right? When you do things over and over the same way, expecting different results.
I think sometimes people get stuck, right? I think sometimes people get stuck. People get stuck in this is what is happening, and so you blindly follow. For instance, there are a lot of, you know how much things that we do that are outside of, for instance, natural bodily functions, right? Things that would fall into our nature, right? Things that we do that if you ask people, well, why you do that? Not only they can't explain it, but they get offended and hurt because you ask them and they don't have the answer. It gets frustrating. It's like if somebody asks you, like, for instance, like, why to keep going live and just crying on your status?
Wild, eh?
Why to keep like, no, but you see, you said that's wild, but there might be other things that people do daily on the status that they feel like make sense.
Well, obviously.
But a lot of times they don't have any way of explaining the behavior. So there's behavior that they're doing, not recognizing the motivations behind the behavior. And a lot of times it's just because, well, that's kind of what at least people perceive everybody doing. So it's like, that's what you're supposed to do as well. And so they just keep doing it.
Yeah, we gotta cut that out too. You were about to make an announcement when we first started, you know?
Oh, yeah, I just about to say, guys, we have to apologize. This is going to be a short show. As I said earlier, there's a lot happening today.
There's a lot happening today. There's a lot happening next week.
This month. Yeah, so there's going to be an announcement on, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Right? Yeah, tomorrow. There's going to be an announcement tomorrow.
Y'all will be so sad.
Yeah, but stick and stay, walk with us, you know.
Yeah, walk with us.
Yeah. And
just wait, season break.
Yeah, we could call it that.
First season wrap up.
Mid-season break.
Mid-season break.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, so we have some announcements to make, and yeah, but it's for good. It's for good. Good things happening all around.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah.
Well, you know what's not for good? Just take a wild guess, friend. See how good you are at this.
Sing it.
I don't know what's going on with our boy. I don't know what's going on in our heads right now. Y'all doing too much. Y'all doing way too much. Many people gonna lie to you. Like why we going out? Why we leaving the shan here with people dying first thing in the morning? And then doubling up. Y'all stressing out the Prime Minister. The man just come into power. And now I don't want to kill everybody. Why? Do you not love our good Prime Minister? Is Dr. Drew not good enough for y'all? Why would y'all subject this man to this? As the Minister of National Security. Why are you embarrassing the man?
Well, first, let me say,
condolences.
Prayers and condolences out to the family and loved ones of the deceased. These things here does kind of they get to me because we were actually still here at the sugar factory and heard about the first incident, which was a shooting incident. Not only do I know the young man's dad, but when you start hearing that this young man was 18 years of age, Jade.
Fresh baby.
Right? The thing for me that I don't know what people be doing. I don't know what they have going on. I don't know the motivations behind these incidents. I don't know. I don't know. But what is unfortunate is that whatever may have been or may have not been going on is that here you have a bundle of potential that has just now been lost. Right? Who knows what could have come from and through this young man. You know what I mean?
Well, it's too late to find out now because y'all decide his life isn't worth anything apparently.
The only thing is we know that to not be true. We know that to not be true.
You know, it's so crazy. Yesterday while I was doing my lashes, right? Because you can't have your eyes open.
Oh, I've never done my lashes.
I know, friend, I know.
Oh.
Well, I'm just, preempting you, just in case you get curious.
Okay.
So you have to lay there with your eyes closed for 2 hours.
Ooh.
There's so many things you could do. Sleep.
All right.
Sleep.
Then sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the things that women does do for these, like, in hand, what you would call this?
Just an addition.
For these additions, I
An upgrade.
I got to applaud y'all, boy.
Yeah.
Say women ain't gonna discipline.
No, that's not true. Not true at all.
Obviously not true.
Yeah. But while I was laying down, incapacitated, I kept feeling my phone vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it got to be something else happened. Because how fast my phone was vibrating is either two things. Somebody died. One of y'all out here embarrassing yourselves on the internet again. Actually, those are the only...
Those are the two options.
Yeah.
Those are the two options.
For the frequency of the messages. And so I asked Pav, I was like, Pav, something happened? And yeah, she checked our group chats and another murder.
So this one would have been a young man who would have died due to a stabbing incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
To your knowledge, is there anyone in custody for either of these?
Well, I wouldn't. For the stabbing, they said there was somebody assisting with the investigation. They had somebody held assisting with the investigation.
So there's somebody, like basically somebody who was maybe not arrested and charged, but they had somebody in custody.
Yes.
That's somebody in custody. Okay.
I don't know, man.
And no word on the shooting.
No.
On the shooter.
I need y'all to get together. 8 murders in 3 months is quite ridiculous. 4.
Jade, you're talking about the year. Jade,
yeah,
look at the last 6 weeks.
Yeah?
Look at the last 6 weeks.
Y'all been doing a lot.
The last few weeks have been ridiculous, man.
Yeah, y'all just don't value other people's lives, man.
My thing is, I don't know. Well, obviously that is part of it, and I keep saying that part of that equation is it's hard to value other people's lives when you don't assign value to your own, right? When you don't really have much to lose, so you don't have that opportunity cost to weigh. You don't have that balance to weigh in your decision making, right? Mm-hmm. So that's part of it, yes. But I am just very disheartened by the conversation that happens and the conversations that don't happen surrounding
Let me guess. Always a them thing, let her kill after self, they got nothing to do with us.
But even people who are genuinely concerned, right, tend to have a particular view. Most people tend to have a particular view. Mm-hmm. And they just kind of continually echo that view. So, and this isn't them not saying you, but somebody would say, for instance, why y'all don't value people's life? Y'all like almost assigning.
You say me? That sounds very personal.
No. But what I'm saying is people who would just, in their estimation, mm-hmm. chalk up what is happening to just that. That there's some people who don't have things. So it signals almost a mental issue mm-hmm. with a particular subset of the population, right? Then there's some people who would just assign every time you hear a young man dead, or he had to be in some gang thing. Or there's some people who would assign it to, probably some weed something, mm-hmm. some weed whatever. And so there are people who would assign all of this to simple criminal element that exists mm-hmm. that is somehow inherent in society. So it's like we should just expect this because, well, there can always be criminality, and these are the criminals, and the criminals doing what the criminals do, right? There are people who then would blame the government and look at, hey, this seems to coincide with a change of administration, and blame,
nobody was dying.
and blame. Now, the thing for me is that I believe all of these have bits of truth in it. Like,
yeah.
I believe all of them have bits of truth in it. Now, because the conversation generally happens in these, like, because people generally have their thing that they attribute the situation to. Whenever we have the conversations, it doesn't feel like a lot of these come up. A lot of these, they're not all looked together on how they interconnect. So if the government is talking, the government tends to take a stance where, well, it's not really us. We ain't really doing anything. We can't make nobody shoot no gun. Like, nobody could make, we can't. And it's like, okay.
Actually,
Well, if the government's role is to create environments, just like we said for industry, then peace and all of those things are part of the government, the expectation of the government, right?
Yeah.
To create a peaceful environment, right? So there must be some responsibility to take there. If we're going to look at it and say, hey, the issue is these young people are coming up without proper mentorship and thing, then yeah, the parents have to take some responsibility. But when the parents talking, the parents just act like as if, I like trying my best and I don't know how to.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is a bad seed. It is a bad seed.
No.
Then you start to talk about some people and say, well, it's the schools them. Then some people say it's the church them, and every single.
I just get tired of people blaming everybody instead of trying to figure out how to fix it.
No, but the problem is if you don't have the conversation where the blame is then when your part is accepted. Because until well, it's one we can't get a solution until people admit that they're part of the problem.
I know.
And the truth is when I start talking about the fact that everybody
responsibility for that.
When I start saying that everybody is part of the problem, people just want to get vexed with me.
No, because nobody wants to take responsibility.
Exactly. So how, if nobody takes responsibility, are we going to get to what the actual problems are and fix them?
We won't.
Oh, wow.
So we'll just have the crime rate and the murder rate rising and everybody just watching each other.
So if that doesn't happen, right, this is what I recommend, right? Just like when we talk about the Haiti situation, we start talking about the fact that solutions must come from the persons who are most intimately affected and involved. It seems as though that approach was at least tried at some point. Where, what is it that we can do for you? First, do you want this to change?
Very important.
First, that's the first thing. If that's not the case, then...
What are we doing here?
Yeah, we can... If there is at least the will and desire for a different situation, then you tell us how that would work, what we need to do. Because we see what's happening and things. Like and that's the problem. For me, I can't come and say, okay, what we need to do is X, Y, Z, these are the steps. If you take these, it's guaranteed up to 80% that we're gonna see a reduction. I don't know. You know why I don't know? Because I'm in it.
No.
I don't even know why it's happening.
Not at all.
I don't even know why people who are involved are doing it.
No. All we know is that people are dying.
Until we have the conversation that includes these people. Right?
I think the reason that it would be hard for them to include, I've heard that they tried before. I think this is how the peace program came about.
That's what I'm saying.
So why we don't just revisit that, see where it could be improved and fixed and altered to fit the situations that will arise, the current one and all of these things. Why we don't do that? Because how else will we fix it? It's not like we didn't see something in place that at least tried to fix it, and not saying that it would be sustainable in its form, meaning that you can't really just...
You want me to blow your mind, Jade? There's some people who seem to be pleased. Perhaps not at the fact that there are people dying. I won't put that on them. But pleased that the program seems to either no longer exist or doesn't exist in the same capacity. There are people like that.
Yeah,
right?
they're happy. They didn't like it at all.
Right.
They were so unhappy.
Right. And so there's almost a preference for what is, simply because that is not there. Not necessarily because there are people dying, but simply because that's not there. Right?
We're too miserable, Azem, because the reasoning behind some of these conversations about why it's not sustainable and all that, well, no, not even why it's not sustainable, why we shouldn't have it.
The police them, you think the police them ain't know who the bad man them be, but they don't just lock them up. Like, so that's one, lock them up and put them away. But secondly, that's what we're doing now.
But also, I don't think they realize this, right? Maybe it's me just think. The same way that they think that the government using money, taxpayers' money, to pay people to not commit crime. What money they think being used in the prisons to keep people alive and fed?
They don't care, dude. They don't care.
So then, why people making it an argument is, oh, we can't, you are using taxpayers' money for this, and you want them to go to jail to use taxpayers' money? That's very counterproductive.
No, but my problem is that, okay, like you said, send them to jail, and then what? Is there some sort of program that is designed to help? We have them come in, you just lock them up because you know they're involved in certain things, and keep them forever?
Apparently. Tell some of the reasons behind these conversations don't make no sense. Just say y'all hate people and go. Just say that y'all don't care about a certain subset of people because they're not related to you, they're not your friends, they're not in your inner circle. Just be honest about the reasons and stop making it seem like y'all so care about the future of the nation. And no, it's not that y'all care about that. Y'all just don't want to have to deal with certain people in society. So your solution for this is lock up everybody.
Well, I haven't seen much in the way of hope.
Wow. That hurt.
I'll be honest.
I'm
listening to the conversations. There are a few people who are speaking in a way that I hear, one, genuine concern. There are a few people that I hear speaking in a way that seems to be well thought out. And there's a group of people that I hear speaking who seem to have the capacity to exercise on their passion and the plans that they have, right? Because there's even few of those. There are people like me who might have real compassion, people might have ideas, but I don't have access, right? I'm in a street, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're not.
But there are people that you have to identify that have the desire, the passion to see change, have an idea as to how to achieve that change, but then also have the means to achieve the change, right? And then you have to support those. There are few of those that I've seen.
Apparently there are few of those that exist.
Right? There are few of those people that have that unique perspective and position, right? So those people, to me, need to be empowered. And the reason I say I don't see a lot in the way of hope is that I don't see the empowerment of those people, because what I feel is that when people aren't on one end skirting blame, they also want to be the one who comes up with the eventual solution. So they want to be celebrated for the solution. So they don't want to admit any, they don't want to take any blame, but then they want to be the heroes.
I see.
So instead of working even in the background with the people who seem to have a plan and who have the passion and have the access, they cuss, defend, and then go, well, look at what we're doing. This is what we plan to do. Oh, we plan to keep a meeting and bring in the RSS and... Wait till we start hearing about the RSS again. Wait till we start...
That worked before?
Just wait, Jade.
Has that worked? Has that ever worked? No, this is a serious question. Has that ever worked? Like bringing the RSS people here to rough up everybody. Has that ever worked?
I don't know.
Because to me, the opposite has always happened.
I don't know, man.
No, we even hate y'all because y'all.
But again, if that is where they come from, right? So then you're gonna hear the churches say, "Oh, they're gonna keep National Day of Prayer to combat the."
What does do?
Don't get
You
me
cannot pray where crime people. I don't know if y'all realized.
Don't get me wrong, Jade. I believe again, all of these institutions have their role to play. I don't see nothing wrong with prayer.
No,
right?
I don't see nothing wrong with
But
prayer.
it can't be. You cannot expect that to be the solution in and of itself, simply because but even the Bible said faith without works is dead.
I just about to say, I don't feel like when he told y'all to pray about things, he meant just pray about it and leave it. Because I am pretty sure if you could pray where crime, there would be no crime.
I don't have a problem with the prayer, Jade. You know what I have? What I'm saying is, what I have an issue with is sometimes it does feel as though the churches, and I'm saying this as a body, not any particular church, but sometimes the churches do these things because it's and it becomes a show. It becomes a show, right? Like it's like okay, like we keep this national prayer thing or whatever they want to do, and people shout and go on or whatever, and then it's like back to your normal life.
That's my point. Like you can't just feel like.
So you don't even feel like you're doing it with the right spirit in the first place.
Bye. God just sending out your calls too.
Voicemail.
To voicemail straight. Can't do with them there right now. I call them back.
I don't want to stop begging me. Stop begging me.
Oh my God, I can't. I don't tell her what to do to fix it. Why call me for?
Then you have the schools them who gonna talk about things. Then you have the youth groups who gonna have they're gonna have this. So we need to focus on the youths. So we're gonna and then all of these things has last maybe all of 6 months, if that. Like this is what gonna happen, Jade.
Then we're back to the same old story.
Back to square one.
Same old story, bye.
Back to square one.
I could tell you right now, the administration probably. I don't even know if they know what to do.
I don't care, Jade. I can say it to you.
No, I think they care, man.
Why? Tell me one thing that you've seen that shows you that they care. What is the one thing that you've seen? Okay, you just sound good to say.
I want to believe they care.
Oh, you could want to believe that. I would want to believe that too.
Yeah.
I would want to believe that they care.
I want to believe that they care.
I would want to believe that they care. Just show me. Like, what is the sense if your partner tell me, I care about you, but you don't see nothing done? That exercise and demonstrates
But that's regular. That's regular thing.
Yeah, so it's up to you if you want. So you could say, I want to believe you care. But what I mean?
True. That is true.
What I mean?
Yeah, Manella, lock them up and forget about them. Yes, just do that, because that's going to fix whatever problem you think we're having. Lock them up and just act like they don't exist.
We could lock up crime.
We could lock, apparently we could lock up crime.
We could lock up criminals, we can't lock up crime.
Men have to forget.
We could lock up criminals.
There will always be crime happening. You can't lock up everybody.
And the problem is, do you believe that even when the lockup talk, right? I just be like, are you suggesting that the powers that be, right, have all they need to lock up people and just refuse to do it?
Maybe that's what I think.
Or is it that you're suggesting that without due process, just lock up people?
Just lock them up.
Just lock up people. He does lie with such and such.
Lock him up.
What's the criteria for locking up somebody?
You have to be from a certain place in St. Kitts.
You gotta have certain color head tie?
Yeah, you gotta lie with certain people.
You
don't have to look a certain way.
Just the conversation of just lock them up does be so mind-blowing to me.
Everybody, I tell you, everybody, you get a lock up, you get a lock up. We get a lock up.
Yeah, we probably don't get locked up quick.
Yeah, well, you know.
If that was the case, we probably don't get locked up by.
Long time, bye.
But it's Russia?
No, not Korea.
Not Korea.
No due process, just lock up.
Yeah,
lock up and vibes.
Lock up and vibes, bye. And put them where?
In the new prison that ain't built yet.
They really put a halt on the prison for you? They were going on over there?
Man, I'm amazing. The blocks moving. So now we got to just enjoy bath there smelling like utter switch. Utter switch.
And this is the problem like I had, you know. The problem I had was, don't make the argument for me. Don't make the argument for me that like, oh, they want to go build prison and they ain't building school, or they ain't building the new JNF, the new hospital, and them arguments was the thing. You could have made an argument for me about the financial situation. Was more shares allocated to it than necessary? Did the cost justify the amount of shares that it had? And I could have had that conversation there. But this conversation, but like, watch here, like, who out here say like, ain't saying that we don't need a new prison? Like, come on.
Apparently, they think HMP is adequate.
No, I think what it is just a talking point. Because you talk to those same persons, they're going to say, yeah, we need a prison. Okay, so cool. So, like...
Well, you know when we're going to get a prison? When an incident happened over in the HMP and they realize that over here is not safe and adequate enough to house people in the heart of Bastille.
Jade, I had this conversation. With a young man who... he was in some unfortunate situation, and he had to be in there.
Incarcerated?
I think he was in there for like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
All right.
Can't imagine, boy.
And like he telling me about, you know, the experience and, you know, I ain't doing nothing to go back in there. You can't take on that there, bam, 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 bam. And then one of the conversation went to, let me ask you a question, bro. Do you think if the prisoners were to like unify and just riot, you think they'll be able to contain? I said, no, bye. Crazy?
What are you going to Azem?
I said, bye, crazy, bye. If the prisoners want, they just break out there.
Azem, you see where the prison is? Do you see how the prison is built? Have you seen inside?
Yeah.
It's by sheer cooperation. By sheer cooperation, Azem. Because it can't be the prison walls.
Jade, we've had men that have scaled the wall.
That's at a sheer cooperation.
Which to this day I can't understand.
Bye, we just watch this man. We drive up on the back of the truck. Hand free, everything. Food free, hand free, just vibes.
Yeah, but I can understand that. I don't think you need to because they're in prison. Like
Number one, showing you a lot of these things is just by sheer
cooperation. Yeah.
There's nothing stopping them, literally nothing stopping them.
But I think for me, and I'm sure the prison officers and the staff recognize that it's a very volatile situation, right? Like the prison are very volatile situation. You only take bam and it's a powder keg, it just blow. The problem is if it blows up in the heart of town.
Oh, they don't know. That's your baligo. Because all you feel like these prisoners ain't gonna terrorize town, like. The first thing they're gonna listen, if I was a prisoner, the first thing I would do is terrorize Bastille. Right. Where I currently reside.
Well, not me though, but...
Like, you see how insane it is? No, what you would do?
I'm hiding, Jade. Oh. Hills. I'm going to the hills, Jade.
That's a fat shot.
From whence cometh my help.
That's a fat shot, That's a fat shot. Like, you know how insane it is. If you really explain where our prison is to somebody who don't live in St. Kitts, they think something wrong with us, you know?
Yeah.
As you know how it is to tell somebody, yeah, our...
But people don't understand, right? When the prison was built, that was the outskirts of town here.
Yeah. And I decided to build everything around it. Why?
When town expand, you can't stop town from expanding.
Well, then move the prison.
Yeah. And the thing for me is like...
At some point, somebody had to recognize that this is not making sense.
Like, we could have... the point I was making, we could have multiple needs, right? So you can't just walk out, well, this need here should just be ignored because the people there, we don't like.
No.
And people it affects. So, like, for instance, I remember when there was the JNF that we know now. I remember when that was open. I remember the JNF before, when you used to drive in the back with the fashion blocks. Like, I used to go up there, like, and all them time they already needed a new prison. We already needed a new prison at that point.
We've been needing a new prison since they started expanding town and building things around the prison. We've been needing a new one. There should never be. I don't understand our process on this. There should never be a time when a prison is dead center in the heart of the main business center of our country. It is literally right there, Azem.
I agree.
Like, I understand the police station.
Yeah, you can have a
But the
police
prison?
Yeah. You say Navy's prison be?
No.
Exactly. Exactly, Jade. That's the point. They don't have to run to the hills, Jade. They're already in the hills.
As they should be. That's probably the safest
Them
place
they
for
3 steps from Nevis Peak. They step out, they take a left, they jump in the volcano, Jade.
And I I was just in the heart of Bastille. Bastille like, listen, Bastille just like garbage, yeah? Just
we really need to do
hot garbage.
We really need to do a lot, but I just wonder what the plan is. Like the plan.
Which plan? Because there's so many plans.
For the new one, for the new prison. I understand again. I could understand the questions regarding the CBI involvement, the money, the contractors, etc., etc.
All these things. Now we understand that thing is mainly ironing out.
The thing. Oh yeah, but it can't be like let's not just decide because of that. And the thing that does bother me is we use the excuse of, oh look, let us get in the such and such getting rich, such and such getting money. It is just a way for such and such to get money. Yeah,
somebody has to do it.
I'm going deeper than that, Jade, because I think it's not a matter that is paid. And we've heard the talk about people being paid exorbitant amounts, contracts that are just unreasonable, and it seems as though it is for friends, family, political supporters, and other things. Let me tell you something. The stupidest writers don't talk and pretend like as if the only thing governments does give people is job and house. I don't mean that stupidness. If I think the government ain't got things they just give people money, are very, very mistaken.
No. But they're only happy about it when the money comes to them.
But the money don't come to them. When I said them, I'm talking about the general public. Yeah. The money does not come to them, Jade.
No, I remember when it doubles and CBI dividends and them.
No, them are the things I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know, but I'm telling you, the only time they don't mind these things happening is if...
That's not true. People could get vexed, but somebody got to say it, Jade. Like all these things what they're doing where it's like, oh, we apply for this, and oh, you got to come here. Jade, explain to me, right? Right? And somebody, one I can clip this and send it. So please clip it and send it. So somebody.
No, don't do it. Let me do it. I want to make sure we're branding on it.
So somebody could just come and explain it to me because it's like I don't understand. It's not that it's just that I'm just being like I'm just not accusing anybody of anything, but I generally just don't understand.
Yeah.
So for instance, we had this program that I thought was a great program, right? The one where they said they were gonna give low interest loans to persons who small businesses and so that was suffering due to the COVID and so, right? The first red flag for me is $20,000. But what kind of business you doing? What kind of business you doing? Like, what kind of business you doing with $20,000? Jade, I got a small business I've been trying to grow. I want to buy just an audio mixer. The audio mixer that I identified that my company need can cost me $50,000. So tell me, like, okay, cool. So it's $20,000. Oh wait, I can get more than 20. Great. What I need to do? Send in the application still for the things, send in invoices and whatever. But you gotta go to cabinet. But wait there, you got accountants over there?
Cabinet?
But that's what they said, Jade. That's what they're telling you. They have people who work in the Prime Minister's office talking about, ain't bank officials talking about it, yeah? Ain't bank officials talking about the program. It's people who work in the government.
So where are you getting the loan from?
I thought it was the bank. I thought it was the development bank.
I thought that's where loans just come from. The government loan money? The government is a lending institution?
I guess the government could loan money, but the problem I have in, like, of course, we understand the relationship between the development bank and the government and such, right? But Jade, come on, Jade. So this is the question now, right? How is it that people aren't supposed to see these programs as a way of siphoning money to pretend to political supporters when it's political persons making the decision, not people who obviously are involved in finance. It's not financial people making the decision. So how I'm supposed to reason it? How am I supposed to reason it? I send an application to development bank for an amount, right? The amount that you put there first don't even make sense. It don't make no sense. Like, let's be honest, $20,000 ain't helping no small business. Well, you can't even have a bus man. You can't have a taxi man.
$20,000 can't even help a household.
Okay, so here we go. Which means that the vast majority of the applications have to go to another process. I don't mind the fact that you say, if you're asking for more money, that there's an additional level of scrutiny that you're going to have to face on your application. I don't mind that. But it goes to cabinet.
Cabinet friend.
I can't read lips. Oh, yeah.
So we gotta go.
So yeah, like, and the thing of it, so it's like, come on, like, explain it to me.
No, for.
Explain it to me. And the question that I'm asking is, how is this not supposed to seem political? Here we go.
The cabinet, I mean.
Jade.
Wait, who in cabinet?
I just want them to explain it to me, right?
How we could get
you start talking about. For instance, we had the Attorney General here talking about the CBI programs, right? And say, well, okay, no problem. Small businesses can apply for this kind of grant, whatever. I read the thing.
Were you excited?
I read the thing. I wasn't excited, but I read the thing. I was the one to ask the question in a certain way to see if he'd bring it up. Because I realized the regular man don't know about this, eh? I tell you now, I've been asking people who work in small business places where they're supposed to be giving out information, don't know about this. They don't know. So that's the first thing that done a red flag for me. It done a red flag. How is this something that is out there and this is not something that's being marketed to the people who's supposed to tell people what's available to them? So that they done a red flag for me. All right? Okay, cool. So we know about it. We read the thing. You got this thing there say, your application gotta go to the Board of Governors. Okay, cool.
Let me
go ask a question. Who the Board of Governors be? My mother's here. My mother's.
Oh, yes, I love it, boy.
No, this is not to say that these people and the Board of Governors going to operate in this way or that way. But how we going to look? How is it going to look? Then about the thing about these things. No, they think about it, they just don't care, Jade, which tells me that the assumption must be correct. The assumptions that people are going to obviously make must be correct, and they just don't care. So that's what I'm saying. If we know the governments, them, I mean talking about one administration, me talking about the last one, the one before, all of them. If we know that they give out house,
land,
we know that they just give out land,
fridge,
we know that they just give out fridge, we know that they just tell you, report down here, you got a job. Where do you think they don't give out money to? And what the mechanisms that in place for people to get the money. Then we gotta stop playing these games with these people, man. We gotta stop playing these games. It's ridiculous now.
Don't push me down, you know. I can feel the heat coming off of you.
No, man, I'm good.
I'm going to get heated.
No, I actually don't get heated. You ain't want to see me get heated. But these are the questions that somebody just answer these questions to me. Okay, who determines who on these boards?
Who you can talk to for this?
Jade, send out the clips. Send out the clips and then
somebody gonna tell us?
Somebody gonna tell us.
Okay.
Because I really don't know.
I'm gonna clip the specific parts and because I want when you go around with branding on it, because I want them to know where to find us.
I just asking questions. It's just questions.
No, that's fine.
I'm ignorant and I want to gain some knowledge. That's all.
As you should.
I'm not accusing.
As it works for.
I'm not accusing anything.
No, this is not an accusatory tone.
No, it's not accusatory.
This is a safe space, actually.
I'm just really concerned.
You're just a citizen of this country that has some questions.
No, I want to get rich too.
Wow.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Let me, again.
Cut off the. Let's go.
No, stop playing, Jade.
I thought I was going to have to rails here.
No, what I'm saying is, everybody. There are people, right? Young people who are looking for opportunities, right? Yeah. You know how discouraging it gets for people who try to exercise the avenues that are available to them, only to recognize that they really are ineligible, simply because They don't play the games that people put in. They don't even tell you that the game exists. You don't even know the game exists to even try to play it. So by the time you figure out that there's a game going on,
it's too late.
It's too late. Or then you got to go try jump in and
when
just
people are a level 100,
trick out yourself. And just trick out yourself. And I see it all the time. There are people who literally just, well, this is the game, I gotta play the game and whatever.
Shouldn't be like that.
But if it's a game, say it's a game, and let's just all play the game and have fun.
Games are fun.
Yeah, but don't come tell me don't come act as if like this is some great bam. And that's all I've been saying all the time, Jade. My thing is like we just need to all just say why it is going on. These lot of stupid behind the scene game and bam, like game ridiculous now. Everybody doing it. And everybody just sitting down acting and like, come on. Like we can't just be straight up. No? Oh well.
We already have that episode already. That was just.
Oh boy. Today they clip this. Anyway.
Clip. Put it in my phone. Can't forget when I reach home. Yeah. Clip this, boy. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do when I reach home. Clip this.
But guys,
short and sweet episode, man.
Yeah, we did mention that today is gonna be a short show. But we'll be back tomorrow. With more Sip and Chat right in the Sugar Factory.
With some nice announcements and all these good things.
Yeah. Stick and stay, guys. Stay locked. Remember to like, share, comment, be a part of what we're doing on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yeah, like up the things so the people that need to see it could see it.
Lovely.
That's the only way for them to see it, you know, if y'all like it.
Yeah, interactions, baby. But wow, baby.
I miss him.
No, don't say that.
I miss him. How many more?
I think let's say yo.
Just know you don't get caught up.
Well, you know, naturally.
Yeah, but guys.
To keep me cool, baby.
Yeah, bye. Cool. But guys, it's been a pleasure. Appreciate you guys for taking the time out to come and hang out with us right here and Sip and Chat. Please remember, guys, to spend more time living your content than posting it.
Except if it's this clip.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Post that.
Also, big up Jade Lashes.
Oh,
he already did it.
Yeah, for the YouTube. Big up, Jade.
Big up Pav. Big up Pav and she her amazing work. What Pav business card again? You're supposed to have to talk again.
You're supposed to
Shh. It is called.
Let's hear this song.
It is called. The Hot Closet.
Oh, the Hot Closet. Yeah, I always like the name of that.
Yes.
Yeah. But guys, and of course, put on your gun them now.
At least.
Put on your gun them. Just
at least.
rest them down. Take out the bullets them.
Yeah.
Lock it up in a safe.
Asking for a lot.
Yeah. Back in the sea and all. Who knows? Like,
Yeah. Somewhere. Anything but shooting people.
Yeah. And of course, remember you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you is not a mug. See you guys tomorrow.
Get more value for your money when you activate your Digicel Prime Bundle. More choices for what you want at low prices. More talk time on the most reliable network. More any-use data for whatever you're into searching and sharing. And dedicated data for more new apps to stream your music, shows, and live sports. Activate a Digicel Prime Bundle of your choice in the My Digicel app today and save more. Digicel, better connected.